Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Tuesday, April 8, 2025, and we've got a lot to talk about today. Wall Street had quite a ride, and if you're trading stocks or just keeping an eye on your portfolio, you definitely want to stick around. I'll walk you through what moved the markets today, what sectors stood out, and what you need to watch heading into tomorrow's session, Wednesday, April 9th. Let's kick things off with how the major indexes closed today. The Dow Jones Industrial Average finished slightly down, closing at 38,515, off about 105 points. A mixed bag of earnings reports and renewed inflation worries kept things cautious. The S&P 500 held its ground, pretty much flat, wrapping up the day around 5,115. Investors are playing the waiting game right now, especially with CPI numbers due out later this week. The Nasdaq Composite did a little better, up around 0.3%, closing at 16,125. Big tech continues to be the safety net for a lot of traders, and you can tell folks are still crowding into AI and chip names. Now let's break it down by sector. Energy was the weakest link today. Oil prices slipped below $81 a barrel as traders digested some weak demand data out of China. That dragged down ExxonMobil and Chevron, both off more than 1%. Financials also lagged. Regional banks took another hit after a surprise downgrade on smaller lenders due to liquidity concerns. Keep your eyes on names like Zions and Fifth Third, they could stay volatile for the next few sessions. Tech, on the other hand, was the star of the show. Nvidia, AMD, and Meta all saw solid gains. Nvidia jumped 2.5% after another analyst upgrade. And don't look now, but Meta is quietly creeping back toward its all-time highs. Utilities also saw some love today. With Treasury yields dipping, dividend-heavy stocks looked a little more attractive. Let's talk individual names. Tesla, up nearly 4%. Word on the street is that they're rolling out a revamped Model Y with better range and a sleeker interior. That rumor alone brought in some fresh retail buying. Apple, flat on the day. There's buzz about a May event, but until we get firm dates, traders seem hesitant. Microsoft, quiet today, but still hugging that 52-week high. Could be setting up for a breakout with earnings coming up soon. So what's really behind today's price action? We're in a bit of a holding pattern. Investors are waiting on March CPI data, which drops Thursday morning. That's going to be a make or break moment. If inflation shows signs of re-accelerating, it could kill any hope for a rate cut in June. Also, earnings season is heating up. Delta reports tomorrow morning, and the big banks, JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, and Citi, kick things off Friday. Everyone's looking for clues about consumer strength and loan growth. Technically speaking, the S&P 500 is hovering right near the 50-day moving average. Bulls want to see it hold above 5,100. If we break below that, we could revisit the 5,000 level in a hurry. The Nasdaq is looking stronger, lots of consolidation just below resistance around 16,200. A clean break above that could trigger a wave of FOMO buying. And keep an eye on the VIX, it crept up a bit today, now sitting at 15. That's still historically low, but a move above 17 or 18 would suggest traders are starting to hedge again. Alright, looking ahead to Wednesday, April 9th. It's likely to be a quieter day unless we get surprise headlines. Futures are slightly green as of this recording, but momentum is thin. Here's what I'll be watching: Delta's earnings before the bell, not just for the stock itself, but for travel demand in general. Could give us some insight into consumer spending trends. Fed speakers, we've got a couple lined up during the day. If anyone hints at higher for longer, it'll rattle the market. Bond market action: if the 10-year yield continues to drift lower, that could be a green light for more buying in tech and growth names. Short-term traders should stay nimble. If you're swing trading, tomorrow might be more about positioning ahead of the CPI release on Thursday. My take. Right now, the market's not giving you an obvious direction. We're stuck between earnings anticipation and inflation anxiety. It's a good time to trim winners, raise some cash, and be patient. If you're a long-term investor, don't get caught up in the noise. Focus on quality names, strong balance sheets, and companies with pricing power. And don't be afraid to sit on your hands for a few days. Sometimes the best trade is no trade. Alright folks, that's it for today's wrap-up. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to tap that like button and subscribe so you don't miss tomorrow's forecast. And hey, drop a comment down below with what stocks you're watching this week. I read every single one, and I love hearing your thoughts. See you back here tomorrow, same time, same place. Until then, trade smart and take care.